What's good, y'all? It's fresh and we back. We're gonna jump straight into this one, all right?
This is what happens when you have a quantity of something and then you add more to it. This is dilution. The principle is so simple that a child can understand. And you can create this little science project at home. Sorry, you can have your tea back. Okay. But the principle.
You heard what he said. You can take that. This is how countries and businesses around the world are going to look at the United States dollar, y'all. Like, I know they joking, but this is a very serious matter for Americans. There's going to come a point where he's like, here, you can have this. And people are going to be like, no, I don't want that. It's diluted. It's worthless.
You can create this little science project at home. Sorry, you can have your tea back. Okay. But the principle is called dilution. And when you print $5 trillion and you put it into the economy, you have diluted the value of the money. So for instance, if you had a minimum wage at some amount and somebody was making minimum wage and they were still making minimum wage after this money was printed, they actually are making considerably less in terms of real dollars. It's dilution. So the $5 trillion that we printed, I would argue, is the primary source of inflation. You know, we can say, well, eggs went up because feed went up, fuel went up because there's a war in Ukraine. You can find a lot of excuses for various different industries. But what is the probability that every price went up all at the same time? You can't blame them on specific supply chain problems. The thing
how do you explain the global?
Yes, I'm glad you asked me that, Professor Raskin. Because they did the same thing in Europe. They did this everywhere. They printed their own equivalents of the Federal Reserve and treasuries, created their own money out of thin air. Mm-hmm. It may be the only thing that saved our dollar is that everybody else did the same thing to their currency. And so the question is, right now we're coming up on the debt limit. Why isn't anybody proposing to print more money? Why aren't the economists proposing to print more money? Because it is poison. When you print money, it is poison to our economy.
I have been saying this to people who don't have ears to hear, who don't have eyes to see. The scripture says, for I have not given you a spirit of fear, right? That is in the scripture. Whether you believe in the Bible or you don't believe in the Bible, there is a macrocosm. There is a higher power. There is a macro super presence that is governing every single thing, y'all. People don't take action because they operate out of the spirit of fear. You know, once I learned that we think the opposite of love is hate, and the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear, y'all. And once I realized that, I said, wow. Once you need to and must operate in total uncertain, like total, what's the word I'm looking for? Absolute and total love. Because if you do not, then it is certain that you will be operating from fear. And I want you to understand the difference. Love is your power, and fear is giving your power away, right? Where people say, oh, the devil got me. No, the devil don't got you. The devil's in the mirror. We're creating heaven and hell every single day. Man, I can just keep going, man. Like, when I tell y'all this is by far one of the most important Kaspa videos you will ever watch. The reason why I say that is because you just seen that that a government representative, speak about there's a video I played on one of my other videos where Jack Mallers was talking about money and them robbing us of our economic. Let me see if this is it.
And uses a central bank to manipulate and control and influence the time, energy. If a government that has that power is able to buy Bitcoin and acknowledge it, not even the legal tender part, just acknowledge it, own it, and
I really want to find a video where Jack Mallers was talking about our economic power, economic energy. They're robbing us of our economic energy, y'all. When I watched this video, see, this is the thing about I think this is it right here. This is the thing about the truth. They base in the currency, right? So you take the video I just showed y'all and you compare it to this, and you see that this is a science, right? It's just like music. It's a formula. It is a recipe. Like to make a cake, there's a specific recipe. To make a certain dish, there's a specific recipe. And if one thing is missing, like something don't taste or something is a little off. It's the same thing with economics, y'all. It is the exact same thing with economics. I realized that the people who are wealthy were given a certain set of information, and the people who are not wealthy were giving us a completely different set of information. And once you understand that, you're like, oh, right? Man, I could just keep going, bro. Like,
everyone used to get married around 22, 23. Everyone's now getting married around 32, 33. Life expectancy is going down. Home ownership is going down. Divorce rates going up. And these are all metrics that tell me that in order to live a life what you're pleased with, it's requiring more time and energy. You know, your dad could have worked 2.5, 3, 4, 5 years to own a home. People are having to work 20, 30, 40, 50 years to own a home.
that is exactly the same thing that representative said. That is dilution. They're diluting the economy. They're eroding our purchasing power.
They're still the same humans.
Yeah.
So by debasing the currency, again, if you think of it as time and energy in an abstracted form, you're increasing the time and energy required to live a sustainable life. Mm-hmm. And it deteriorates society. It's really an awful, malicious thing to do to, you know, when you say steal from people, they are stealing the time and energy from the collective populace. You know, when your groceries double, when your McDonald's order doubles, whatever that is for you, and your gas price doubles, it's just requiring more time and energy for you to have the life that you need to have.
You know what, Jack? I think you have just nailed a much better definition of what inflation truly is and why it's so bad.
Let me ask you guys a question. This is real life that we're living. And there is positive forces and there are negative forces. If this was a movie and we look at our real life and we put it in something that we all can understand and visualize, are we seriously going to wait for the zombies to be banging on the door and surrounding the house before we decide to do something? That's Americans. I have to speak for America because I'm here. If I was in a different country, and I'm not even going to get specific, man, about, you know, I was going to say, let's say I was in El Salvador. If I'm in El Salvador, then I'll be looking at this from an El Salvadorian, right? Lens. So I'm looking at this from an American lens. Americans, y'all, are some of the most egotistical, some of the most, what's the word I'm looking for those? Entitled. Americans are some of the most egotistical, entitled, grown children on the face of this planet, because it happened every place around the world. We've seen it happen. We see Canadians are in socialism, and most people don't even know that they're in socialism. You know you're in socialism when you don't have access to the blickies firearm. That's socialism. And they have them over there, but it's illegal for them to have them. So if you have one, you're going to jail. Here, you can own a firearm. So what's my point? We don't believe that what's happened to Canada and other countries can't happen to us. That's our downfall. It's like we've been so free. We've been so like we're in a state of delusion. Oh no, it's not gonna happen to us. Why? I listened to something earlier. It's like Americans don't think it can happen. This is the most important crypto video you will ever watch on the internet because it's raw and uncut. And I'm telling you that the zombies is at the door. In fact, they didn't broke through the door. And we're barricaded in the room, and they're at the bedroom door. And there's only one way out of that room, and it's not through the window. We're at the door. Americans got to decide. Humans around this world, I don't care where you are around the world, I'm asking y'all flat out for one to connect with me. If you stayed to this point in the video, I'm asking you to join the Patreon. Join the Patreon. And not only join the Patreon, pay to join the Patreon, right? Join the Patreon. Pay to join the Patreon. Because our focus with the Patreon is to make sure every person is properly educated, properly mentally programmed. And like we got to take action. I ain't just talking about the mind, but we got to take action because we all moving. What do they say? One mind, one sound, right? It's a rhythm, and we all operating autonomously, and we're moving as a unit to make sure every person is free, and not just money. But when my dogs call me and we going through real life, I'm on that horn for an hour, and we don't got to talk about crypto. That's when you know you got real family. You know what I mean? Shout out to my dog Mark, man, on the West Coast. Shout out to Bitcoin Sniper. Shout out to my cousin Don P. Shout out to CBK. Shout out to every one of y'all that I've sent y'all to this YouTube channel and y'all watching my YouTube. This is for y'all. Shout out to my homeboy Brennan. Like, shout out to everybody, man. We got another brother that's most likely gonna come onto the squad, Adrian. And this is like, when I send them this video, it's because I'm here. It's not just about, listen, we all came into this to try to make the money. Well, let's build up on the vision. I got the vision for everything we doing written down right here. I wrote it down the other day. Starts off, you can barely see it, but it starts off by saying we are building a global sovereign network of individuals who aspire for overall freedom in life. Freedom in their lives, freedom in owning land, and just a whole bunch of other stuff, man. Like, I really don't want to read into this all the way, but it ends off saying that the network is being built out of love and the service to global family, with our future generations at the forefront of our minds and hearts. And that's where I ended. That's where I ended, right? But we still online, hitting the microphone and stuff. The reason why I say that this is the most important Kaspa video you will ever watch. Crypto video. For one, make sure whatever cryptocurrency you're involved in is a fair launch cryptocurrency, that you don't have VCs and you don't have people holding the coins before we got them. That's not fair launch. Fair launch means that everybody have equal opportunity to win, right? Whether you're starting with 10,000 coins or you're starting with $10 million. This is by far the most important crypto video you will ever watch, because this is about the fact that they are diluting our United States currency, our dollars around the world, no matter which country you're in. and we got to make a decision. We don't have time to wait till 2025, summer 2025 to act. We need to move now. This is the last chance that we will have. This is one of the last opportunities that we will have. And y'all see what that is. I was looking it up to see where it was at. Fair launch crypto, y'all. Make sure y'all, whatever coins y'all getting is fair launch. And one thing I looked at, I looked up Cedra, and I just because that was on the screen, I was going back to CoinMarketCap, is I was looking to see if Cedra was fair launch. I had Cedra. I sold it off of Kaspa. I want people to understand that. I had Cedra. I sold all the Cedra for Kaspa. Listen, there's going to come a time in the future where I'm going to send this video to somebody. I'm going to show y'all something. Today is October 11th, 2024. I'm going to send this video to people in the future. It's October 11th, 2024. And they're going to be like, man, I can't believe you was buying Kaspa at 13 cents. That's why this is the most important Kaspa video you will ever watch, because this is one of the last opportunities that you will have a cryptocurrency that is more Bitcoin than Bitcoin, because it solves the trilemma. Is the fastest operating decentralized blockchain in the world. Fastest operating decentralized blockchain in the world. It solves the trilemma. And it does not need another layer like Bitcoin, the Lightning Network. It doesn't need that. It's all encompassed. It's already done. That's why Kaspa is number one to me. Nothing about what I'm saying is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. However, I'm sitting here bringing y'all something that's going to transform your life and your children's life. Listen, what are you going to do? Because they are diluting and devaluing the United States dollar, and every place you go. See, we think everything is becoming higher, but it's more than one way. It's more than one perspective to look at something, more than one perception. We think that everything is increasingly getting more expensive, when the fact is that the buying power of the dollar that we're using is declining, it's diluting, it's dissolving, it's about to be done. We think that everything's going up, when it's not. That our purchasing power, we're losing our purchasing power. It's like you plugging something into the wall, and you plugging this into the wall, and you're like, man, my phone is messing up. When really it's not the phone. It's not the money. It is when you plug it into the wall, the power, the wattage of electricity is not giving enough to your device. I got to give it to people like in layman's terms. We think it's the money. We think it's we assume that it's that our groceries, our gas, our food, if we buying some food real quick, or clothing, we think that that's going. No. It's not that at all. Our purchasing power is declining, it's dying, it's diluting. I could keep going, man. The only thing I want to leave off with is, please don't wait until the last moment to do something. Please act now. This is the reason why I say this is the most important video you will ever watch, is because if I knew that harm was coming to you and we were off the grid and we were all a family and we were safeguarding and protecting each other, the same way I would tell you they're coming and we got to do something, I'm telling you economically and financially they're coming. The collapse is happening with the United States dollar, and we must move now. I'm telling you, get up and grab whatever you can grab and leave everything else here. Grab your children, grab your food, everything we're going to need for this journey, because we got to go this direction and they're coming this way. The same way, if I could paint something to y'all, for y'all to understand the demise, the downfall of this great country is happening in real time. We're watching it. I was watching a lot of videos live about that hurricane. We're still watching in life live the decline of the United States dollar, but they're just not putting it on screens. It's happening. And actually it is. I want y'all to know that I love y'all, man. Please don't wait till the last moment to act, to move. This is by far one of the most important Casper videos you will ever watch, because I don't got to get all passionate and hype. I need y'all to understand. I need y'all to feel me from my soul, from the depth of my soul, from the core of my gut, that we are running out of time. This is the last window of opportunity that you will have to move, to operate, to make shit happen in this country and around the world. I'm about to get off this video. I'm about to open that Tangent on my good phone. And you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to dollar cost average in the Caspa some more right after I get off this phone call, after I get off this video call, after I get off this, y'all know what I'm saying. It's 12:31 a.m. I'm up because when I tell y'all that we're about to build a network on every continent on the planet, we're going to be surrounded by billionaires, multi-millionaires, seated at the table. We're going to be exchanging value and serving one another and helping one another. And we're going to be earning millions to do this. Not just investing in crypto. We're going to be earning millions to serve and help people. That's exactly what I mean. And in the future, you're going to see me send this video to people after we done manifested what we spoke today. And you'll be like, damn, you right. And today, all we had was the faith and the grind. Because it says that faith without the works is dead. So we got the faith and we got the works. Because I'm showing up at almost 1 a.m. And I'm not getting paid to do this today. Not from YouTube anyway. I want y'all to know that I love y'all, man. It's fresh, and this is the Moon Runners. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I want to send a major shout out to the whole squad, man. Thank you for everybody that has been in the Patreon already. And there's going to be more and more people joining the Patreon. There's going to be more and more people following on the X, on the Twitter. Okay. Make sure y'all come over and follow on the X, on the Twitter at We Run the Moon. At We Run the Moon. Follow on the X, on the Twitter. All of the links that y'all looking at for the Patreon. All the links for the Patreon. There goes the link for the Patreon. There goes the link for the Tangent. Please help me out. Make sure y'all get the Tangent here. The X, the Twitter, all of the links is right here. You scroll down, there's more links. All right. All those links is in the one-stop shop. The link you're looking at on the screen, look in the comment section of this video. All right. Look in the comments section of the video. I'm going to show y'all this real quick. A lot of people be confused. Like, where's the link at? In the comments section. There goes the link right there. All right. Connect with me. There goes the link. You click that. It's going to pull this up here. Join the Patreon. Make sure y'all get paid in at the Patreon. Get paid in. There goes the link for the Tangent. And there goes the link to follow me on the X, on the Twitter. All right. It's fresh. I'll talk to y'all on the next one, man. Peace, 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 peace. Peace and love, y'all.